Nigerian President Muhammadu Buhari will leave for New York on Sunday, where he'll join world leaders at the United Nations General Assembly next week. His spokesperson says he'll hold a lunch meeting with US President Donald Trump and other leaders and will transit through London on his way back to Nigeria. When asked about his health, his foreign minister had this to say: he's in very good health and back to what he was before.
He's part of the advance delegation ahead of President Buhari's arrival in New York at the weekend. We asked the foreign minister for an update on Buhari, who returned to Nigeria late last month after spending months seeking medical treatment in London.
He's leading the delegation to this General Assembly, and he's in very good health. He really is back to what he was before. We had a very long cabinet meeting 2 days ago, and he was in excellent form in every way possible. So he's back.
The militant group Boko Haram continues to step up attacks, particularly in northern Nigeria, almost a year after President Buhari declared the group essentially crushed by his army.
When Mr. President said that, it was in a context, really, because, believe it or not, Boko Haram had captured territory and was holding territory. The military at the time was in some disarray, and So when I talk about an existential threat, it really was an existential threat. And of course, the bombing of the UN premises, in very tragic bombing in Abuja, really showed the capacity of Boko Haram at that time. So the degrading of Boko Haram, Mr. President was absolutely right, as a conventional fighting force.
He also referred to the 12-year-old Ezulwini consensus that seeks 2 permanent Security Council seats for Africa and confirmed Nigeria's availability.
We are making ourselves available, of course, to represent Africa. We would like to think that, we're Africa to finally decide that Nigeria, we're ready to serve, as it were. We're ready to serve, and we've always have been. It's been sort of part of the DNA as a country to step up where Africa is concerned.
President Buhari will address the UN General Assembly during the first session on Tuesday. Sherman Bryce-Pease, SABC News, New York.